Hello and welcome back to another Watch review. Today we'll be looking at the Addiesdive Panda Chronograph. Let's get into it. So the watch comes in this sort of hard case style box, Addiesdive sticker on the top. Let's open it up and see what we've got inside. So you have the watch. You have a Addiesdive warranty card and instruction manual and pin removal tool. So this is the Addiesdive AD2034 Panda Chronograph. It features a Seiko VK64 mecha quartz movement. The case comes in at 41mm with a thickness of 15.3mm. It comes in two dial variations. You have this, which is the Panda, and then you also have the black with the white subdials. I think the Panda is particularly nice, and in fact it is sold out on the store which I purchased this one from. So if you are looking to get this watch, you might have to wait a little while. It features a domed sapphire crystal. It is a bit unusual because it has this distortion around the edge, so when looking at the watch straight on, you can't actually see the tachymeter around the edge of the dial. You have to look at a slight angle and then it becomes visible, but nonetheless it is a very nice crystal. It has a 20mm lug width, so as usual, I will try this watch on some different straps just so you guys can see how it looks on some different strap options. It has a 120 click unidirectional bezel. Now the action is very good, and there's no back play whatsoever. And it's got a nice ratchet feel to the bezel, and everything lines up as it should. So taking a closer look at the dial, you have a Addiesdive at the top there with divers 200 meters at the bottom. So this watch does claim to have an advised water resistance of 200 meters. You have the Arabic numerals, the hour markers, and the tachymeter around the outside. And as this is a Seiko mecha quartz movement, the subdial is the 24-hour clock, and then the left subdial is the minutes for the chronograph. So let's get the chronograph ticking here. There we go. The chronograph is on its way. Now the pushers aren't actually screw down. They've just made it look like that they are, but they're not. So I kind of question the 200-meter water resistance without these being screwed down. Now the crown is screwed down. Put out the crown here. Feels nice. Pop it back in. Screws back in nicely. The crown is signed with the Addiesdive logo. In terms of case finishing, you've got brushed lugs. The size of the case is highly polished, and the bezel has a mixture of highly polished and brushed finishings. The bracelet is quite nice. It's like this beads of rice style bracelet with a mixture of brushed and polished finishings. And coming to the clasp, it's been signed with the Addiesdive logo. It's mainly brushed with this chamfered edge running along the side. You've got 5 holes of micro adjustment, and I'm pleased to say that is a milled clasp. The clasp is a nice size as well, as it's the same size as the bracelet. It's not too chunky as you sometimes see on these AliExpress divers. But considering the price, I think the bracelet is very good on this watch. You have C3 Lume on the hands and the hour markers, and BGW9 in the bezel. I'll put up a Lume video here. The Lume in the hour markers seemed to fade first, with the hands staying on really strong and the bezel does well as well. Overall, the finishing on this watch is really nice. So let me put it on wrist so you can see how it looks. So there it is on my 7.5 inch wrist. The 41mm case fits really well, and the bracelet feels comfortable and looks really nice. The dome crystal plays with the light nicely. You get a slight bit of distortion at extreme angles, but it does look really nice. The dial is really clear. Everyone loves a Panda, right? On the case back, you have the Addiesdive logo etched, and you have quite a lot of text on the back there. So I'm going to put this watch onto a NATO strap so you can see how it looks. So here it is on a black and grey NATO strap by Zulu Diver. I think it looks really cool on this strap, as most chronographs look pretty cool on NATO straps. So something to bear in mind when you've got it on the NATO, it does make the watch quite thick and sits up on the wrist. And because of those short lugs, it was quite hard to pass the NATO through the lugs, so it's just something to bear in mind. But yeah, I think this looks really cool on this NATO strap. So here it is on a nice brown leather strap that I had. I think it suits the sort of vintage style of the watch. I think it's a really nice combination with this brown strap. And there we have it, guys. That is my review of the Addiesdive AD2034 Panda Chronograph. It's definitely worth the money in my opinion. Really nice bezel action, decent lume, the bracelet and clasp is good quality, and yeah, it's definitely worth trying to get one if you can. As always, I will leave a link for this watch in the description below. Like I said, it's currently sold out, but it's worth following the store, as I probably get more into stock soon. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. It's growing nicely, and that's all thanks to you guys subscribing. So thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.